Here we are in Sanctuary Hills. The lovely houses. And here we have something of my own devising. The first, to my knowledge, Power Armor Museum. In front we have a few that are just kind of on display to show the effects of the elements. On the left you've got T45A. In the middle is T45B, and on the right is mostly T45F. I'm missing one arm, you can see over there to the right. But if you look closely, you can see that there is absolutely no difference between the variants B through F. So your armor will be rusty until you upgrade it at all, and then it'll look the same. And we have some X01 in the rusty format here. Inside some extras X01, so I set that up outside, kind of like gargoyles or guards or something. There's an extra suit of T51 that I set up out here to show off the railroad paint job, which honestly is one of my favorites. I really like the dark black, kind of a simple, formal. If you're going to a fine gala or something like that, then this will probably be the proper attire. Expect a firefight. Inside the museum we've got ample lighting and lots of racks for our power armor. We have here a little lineup that shows the progression of the various types. We have the T45, easily noted by the single handle at the top of the chest plate here. Right there. We have the T51, no handle, kind of the Cylon helmet. T60 is almost exactly the same helmet, you'll notice, as the T45. A little bit of difference. You can tell it really easily because it's got the double handles on the chest. And it's also got the, I don't know what, the grippy plates or whatever on the tips of the toes. Maybe if you're trying to climb a wall or something, that might come in handy. I don't think it would actually work very well considering the weight of power armor. And also notice it's got some little handle type things at the bottom of its legs as well. None of the others do. Then you've got the X01, which of course has the big shoulders, creepy helmet, and so on. This is the only suit of power armor that was actually developed after the war, of course, by the Enclave. And they're not in this game. But I painted them all in military style paint so you can more easily tell the difference between the different types. Not that it's difficult, but it's easier to see if it's all the same color. And over here we've got almost entirely T60 armor in the various paint jobs. Starting up, we've got the Atom Cats paint, which of course, very cool. This guy's got a jetpack on the back, which is fun if you like burning up your fusion cores really, really fast. We've got the Brotherhood paint job, which of course you see a lot of in this game. We've got the Vault-Tec paint job, which really not that impressed with. I mean, you've got the yellow on the inside of the arms and, the shoulder plates and stuff. But other than that, I mean, just a very slight blue tint. They really could do a better blue, I think. I'm sure somebody's going to mod that in. You got the Minutemen paint, which I had to, only comes on the T45. So I had to put a suit T45 in here to show this off. And you'll notice the eyes on the armor is kind of silvered compared to the darker that the T45 normally has. It's an interesting difference, and of course the emblem on the chest shows that off as well. That's your Minutemen paint job. And each suit of armor has at least one that's just its own paint. This is the magazine, Hot Rod magazine paint jobs. The Hot Rod Flames, Hot Rod Shark, and Hot Rod Pink. And as I was saying, the T45's got Minuteman, T60 has the Brotherhood of Steel, T51 is this guy over here, of course, with the railroad paint, and then the X01 has a few that they're not really very interesting. It's just, it's not any kind of like a particular group, a faction or anything like that. It's just some various things. Anyway, so you got the Raider armor, which of course they just started welding scrap metal to the basic power armor frame here, and this is what they came up with. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Bioshock, Big Daddy, but of course, you know, not really the same thing at all. And it's an interesting idea that they have. I'm sure it impresses the hell out of other raiders, but anybody with some real firepower punches right through that. But I left one that was just a frame so that people could see that. If you're not familiar with the game, you know, it's easier to visualize what's going on with all this stuff, because you can put any arm, any leg, any torso, any helmet of any different type of power armor together to mix and match, make your own custom stuff. And I think people probably do that only until they can build an entire suit of something that's much nicer. You see Codsworth going by over there. Old robot guy. It's back behind the tree. He'll pop out on the left there. Yep. Hi, Codsworth. Anyway, so you can see there's these little plates down at the bottom of the legs, kind of like moon boots. The treads are pointed up. You stand on that, this whole thing opens up from the back, and you climb in, and your hands don't go down into the actual gloves here. They operate from inside the sleeves, and so the arms and the legs are a little longer than typical. So that's what kind of gives us the proportion. But it's a neat little idea, power armor. And this is my museum, and I spent entirely too much time building. Not so much like the construction of the museum, but getting all the armor to put in it, because there's 13 suits in here, and then there's this 5 here, so there's 18 suits of armor altogether that I had to track down and drive back here to build my little museum. So I'll show this off. A little something I decided I wanted to pull off before I finish my current playthrough. And, Sanctuary Hills, my little version of it. This here is kind of like my house, and that's where all the settlers and stuff live. All the turrets, all the other things. So anyway, there you go.